Hi, everybody, and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode, we're doing Who Is Better. The topic for this Who Is Better? Two friends, two tag team partners, two guys whose careers have been synonymous with each other. Adam Cole, baby, and Kyle O'Reilly. These guys were put together as a team early on in their career. They've stayed as friends. They've been rivals. They're tied to each other no matter what company they're in, whether it be Ring of Honor, WWE, NXT, AEW, New Japan, anywhere else they go. These are two guys I think had a lot of similarities, so I thought they would make a good pairing. With that being said, we have 8 categories we're going to judge them in. Each category is graded on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being worst, 5 being best. At the end, we're going to total up the points. Whoever has the most points win. There is a chance for 5 bonus points, and we'll talk about that when we get there. With that being said, let's jump right into it. We're going to start with technical wrestling. And for technical wrestling, we'll start with Adam Cole. Adam Cole, I'm going to give a 4. It's kind of telling that in this generation, Adam Cole only gets a 4. If Adam Cole wrestled 15, 20 years ago, he would be a 5. But when you grade him against his contemporaries, he's not quite in that top tier level. He's not on the level of a Daniel Bryan or a Zack Sabre Jr., or even like a Sami Zayn or a Seth Rollins. But he is very good at it. I do think he's very good. He just doesn't get to that top tier. For Kyle O'Reilly does click that box. Kyle O'Reilly gets a 5. The one thing that I think separates O'Reilly from Adam Cole is once they get in the ring. And that's not to say that Adam Cole is bad in the ring. He is very good in the ring. Kyle O'Reilly, in my opinion, is one of those guys that is excellent in the ring. He's a Dean Malenko, in my opinion. He's an Eddie Guerrero. He's a Tito Santana, if you want to go back to that generation. He's somebody that could have great matches with almost anybody on the card, and he's had great matches with a wide variety of opponents. I think he's absolutely awesome. That's why he gets a 5. Now going to our next category, striking. For striking, we're going to give Adam Cole a 4. Again, he's a product of his time. When you put him in there against someone like Daniel Bryan again, or Shinsuke Nakamura, or Aleister Black, or some of the insanely talented strikers there is in the wrestling world right now, he's not quite at that elite level. Not to say that he's bad, he's very good at it again. He's just a tick below that. Now for Kyle O'Reilly, again, he gets a 5. Kyle O'Reilly, when he strikes, whether it be a kick, a punch, a clothesline, there is a believability to him that is very hard to get with a pro wrestler, especially in this time when kayfabe is basically just totally demolished. He makes you believe that those kicks are going to break your ribs. He makes you believe that those chops are going to leave welts on you. He makes you believe that his punches might knock you out. I think he's awesome at it. That's why Kyle gets a 5. Next up, how they perform as a heel. For this, Adam Cole is getting a 4. The thing that stops Adam Cole from being a 5 here, and I know a lot of people are going to think he's a 5, and I hear that argument, but for me, even when Adam Cole is a heel and at his most dastardly, he's not really a heel. He's a babyface with heel mannerism, because the worst he does, the more the fans love him. While he's very good in the role, especially in the era of the Kingdom and his Bullet Club run and the Undisputed Era run, of course, I think he was that kind of heel that got babyface reactions. So for that, he gets a 4. Now Kyle O'Reilly, he gets a 3. And my reasoning for this is a lot like Adam Cole. Kyle is such a great in-ring talent that the fans can't help but cheer for him. And while Adam Cole has some intangibles that we'll talk about here in a minute that give him a little bit of an advantage over Kyle, I do think he's good. He's right there in the middle. There's a reason why Kyle O'Reilly, when he's a heel, isn't the focal point of a heel group. However, if you make him a face, you can make him a focal point. That's why he gets a 3 in my opinion. Now, speaking of faces, our next category, how they perform as a baby face. For this, they're both getting 5s across the board. I think that these two guys are both beloved, and I know there have been some detractors on Adam Cole's AEW run. He looks too skinny, he looks like he's lost some confidence, he's too injury prone, blah 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 blah. But I guarantee you, if those same fans were sitting in the cheap seats at AEW, they would chant along, "Baby!" every time that he did it. He's got charisma. O'Reilly does as well. This is where I think Kyle O'Reilly shines in his promo work. He's an awkward promo, but in a way, it makes it endearing for him. Like I said, as baby faces, I'm giving both these guys a 5. Now, next up, promos. For promos, I'm giving Adam Cole a 5. I don't think you can name 10 wrestlers in pro wrestling today that are better promos than him. I don't think you can name 5. You can name some people that are on the same level. People like MJF, Kevin Owens, obviously CM Punk. CM Punk's probably a level above everybody. Drew McIntyre. But if you ask me, he's right there on the level of some of the best in the business. That's why I think he gets a 5. For Kyle O'Reilly, he gets a 3. I just mentioned it in our previous category that he seems to have a little bit of awkwardness, a little bit of shyness that puts him just there where he's not a bad promo. He's not someone that you're going to count on to sell a big main event. Therefore, he gets a 3. Now, coming up next, presentation. For Adam Cole's getting a 4. Now, the one thing that knocked him down from a 5, because I would normally say Adam Cole's a 5. His music's always been perfect for him, no matter where he was, Ring of Honor, NXT, AEW. His aura, his whole thing with the Bebe, that's all a 5. However, I mentioned it earlier, he does look thinner. He does look like he's not in shape like he used to be. And I'm not saying this to pile on all the negativity that Adam Cole gets, because he gets a ton of it. I'm a big fan of Adam Cole, and to me, I don't know if he's got the yips since his last couple injuries, but he's come in thin. He's come in where he's had awkward looking spray tans. And that's not to say that him being thin is a bad thing. Someone like Zack Sabre Jr. pulls off that look very well. Adam Cole has pulled that off very well. I feel like he doesn't have the muscle definition that he used to have. And for that, that's knocked down the presentation a little bit. Now for Kyle O'Reilly is getting a 3. I mean, other than the jean jacket and maybe the Red Dragon music, which is awesome. It's one of my favorite themes of all time. He's not ever been presented as anything special. I mean, he did the guitar thing, which 1,000 wrestlers have done. He's got his trunks, which a lot of times match the guys he's in the group with. I couldn't even tell you what his theme song sounds like now. If he played it for me, I wouldn't know what wrestler it was for. So therefore, in my opinion, he gets a 3. Now next up, charisma. For charisma, Adam Cole's getting a 5. There may be 5 wrestlers in the world that are more charismatic than him, but he's right up there with some of the best in the world. He has that likability, that connectability that very few wrestlers have. That's why he gets a 5. For Kyle O'Reilly, he gets a 4. I've already mentioned his charisma a few times in this video, and he's got that awkward charisma where you want to root for him, kind of like a Daniel Bryan had. Maybe not quite at the level of Daniel Bryan, but he's got that, and he has that ability. For that, he gets a 4. Now, last but not least, big game performance. How they perform in the main events, whether that be a pay-per-view, a house show, whatever it may be, the big matches that they're on. For both guys, they both get a 5. I don't think I've seen a bad big-time match with either of these wrestlers, whether it be together, whether it be against each other, against other people. When you put these two wrestlers in the ring, they do something special every time. They make their matches special. For that, I give them both a 5. Now, overall, we're going to start with Adam Cole. Adam Cole gets a 36. For Kyle O'Reilly, Kyle gets a 33. Now, here's where the bonus comes in. Every Wednesday on my posts page here on YouTube, I put a poll there, and it basically asks you, who do you think is better? You could vote either wrestler, and the winner gets 5 bonus points. The winner of the 5 bonus points, I don't think it was a surprise to me here. Adam Cole, baby. I know I meant to do it, but I forgot. If there is something I want you guys to take from this video, it's not so much that Adam Cole didn't deserve the win. Maybe readjust how you look at Kyle O'Reilly, because I don't think that he's as far away from Adam Cole as what the poll would suggest. I mean, the poll almost suggested like I put the Brooklyn Brawler up against Stone Cold Steve Austin. These are both two extremely talented wrestlers. Adam Cole definitely deserved to win. He won before the poll, in my opinion. I would like for you guys to maybe look at Kyle O'Reilly in a little better light. With that being said, again, our winner is Adam Cole. Pay attention this Wednesday for the next poll for who's going to be on the next video. That way you can get your voice heard. With all that being said, My name is George Coles, and you've been watching Who Is Better.